Didn't stand out, wasn't unique at all. You know who was, though? Was Vivek Ramaswamy, the only person on that stage who's never held an elected office before. That's a tough last name to pronounce, Ramaswamy, right? But, I mean, no different than Obama, I guess. Go ahead and check out this first clip from him. He stole the show. Maybe not in a good way, but he still stole the show. Go ahead and check this one out.
No, I didn't raise a hand. Let us be honest as Republicans. I'm the only person on the stage who isn't bought and paid for, so I can say this. The climate change agenda is a hoax. The climate change agenda is a hoax. And we have to declare independence for it. And the reality is, the anti-carbon agenda is the wet blanket on our economy.
So you know what's funny there? He said, I'm the only one on this stage who's not bought and paid for. And then the other 9 people's donors proceeded to boo him. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's like it was the same thing with Trump. So Vivek was out of control. Not out of, in a good way, though. In a good way. He was trying to be the scrawny Indian Trump tonight. Because remember, we're recording this Wednesday. It's pre-taped. So here's my thing, though. This is such an outdated version of debating. The way these guys do this. You sit on it. Who can get their opinions out and how their solutions to these problems and how they actually plan to fix stuff by standing on a podium and getting 30 seconds to speak? No, they all talk in a series of bumper stickers. I truly do believe if you want to be president, you should have to go on Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan's very neutral, and sit through a 3-hour interview with him while he grills you, and you explain every point, because Rogan won't let you dance away from it like CNN, because they got to cut to commercial, and all you got to do is get on there and stall like Floyd Mayweather used to fight, win the first 4 rounds and then bounce around so the other guy can't hit you and throw counter punches. No, you actually have to answer for what you're going to do. You have to actually explain your beliefs, how your solutions are going to work, if you even have solutions. You can't just talk in bumper stickers, and that's exactly what these guys do. They get 30 seconds to a minute to respond to these questions, and then they just speak in catchphrases and slogans. There's no substance to 95% of the garbage, and this is Republicans and Democrats, that comes out of their mouths on this stage. There's none. So here's another clip from Vivek. He criticized Chris Christie.
I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT standing up here. And the last person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, "What's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here?" was Barack Obama, and I'm afraid we're dealing with the same type of amateur standing on stage tonight.
Come over and give me a hug. Give me a hug just like you did.
What a brilliant observation by Chris Christie. He sounds like ChatGPT, and he is also Obama. The fuck was that? Like, seriously. What are we doing? Mob boss Christie, that fat slob. Well, it wasn't all easy for Vivek. He was triggering a lot of folks last night. Now go ahead and check out this exchange he had with former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley.
A win for Russia is a win for China. We have to know that. Ukraine is the first line of defense for us. And the problem that Vivek doesn't understand is he wants to hand Ukraine to Russia. He wants to let China eat Taiwan. He wants to go and stop funding Israel. You don't do that to friends. What you do instead is you have the backs of your friends. Ukraine is the front line of defense. Putin has said once Russia takes Ukraine, Poland and the Baltics are next. That's a world war. We're trying to prevent war. Look at what Putin did today. He killed Prigozhin. When I was at the UN, the Russian ambassador suddenly died. This guy is a murderer.
Well, maybe she killed him.
And you are choosing a murderer over a pro-American country.
Okay, I have to pause. To call Ukraine a, quote, pro-American country, end quote, is a little bit of a stretch. Not a little bit of a stretch. It's like Mr. Fantastic level stretch. Little bit of a stretch there to call Ukraine No, Ukraine isn't pro-America. Ukraine is pro-American money. They love us as long as the bills are flowing in. I don't think they're probably indifferent to us, honestly. But to sit there and call Ukraine a pro-America country is hilarious, truly.
First of all, Mr. Ramaswamy, you have 30 seconds. Mr. DeSantis,
Nikki, I wish you well in your future career on the boards of Lockheed and Raytheon.
I'm not on
Man.
The matter,
and
Boeing came off of it, but you've been pushing this lie. You've been pushing this lie all week, Nikki.
You want to go and defund Israel? You want to
okay, let me address that. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to address each of those right now. This is the false lies of a professional politician. There you have it.
Your watch,
so the reality
make America less safe. You have no foreign policy experience, and it shows.
And you know what? The foreign policy experience that you all have shows in the pointless wars we've gotten into. I have to address that. So our relationship with Israel will never be stronger than by the end of my first term.
So I was just Googling it while that was going on there. I didn't mean to play it that long. I wanted to see if he was married or not. He is. And I figured, because the way he sat there with that level of control while a woman screamed at him incoherently, he had to be married. That's all I could tell. He had to be married. To sit there with that much tactfulness, to just be that chill while she screamed at him belligerently. Good for him. Good for him. Here's the thing, though. I think this strategy of trying to be Trump backfired, because that's very clearly he's trying to be Trump. He's trying to position himself to be like Trump, right? Or for a spot on Trump's cabinet if he can't win. He's banking on Trump going to jail and getting the MAGA vote. And I don't think that works. There was a thing about Trump where he's this 6'5" New York brawler, cut his teeth in the most competitive real estate scene in the world, just gritty, nasty, not afraid to get down and dirty with you, and and that was the big thing about Trump. He had the reputation, and it may have been from reality TV, but he had the reputation of the guy who's going to get down and dirty and fight dirty and do whatever it takes to win, say whatever it takes to win. There's no low he won't go to. That was Trump's reputation. So when he did that, it was on brand. Most people haven't heard of this Ramaswamy cat, or at least not yet. It doesn't work. You're a scrawny Indian kid trying to out alpha everyone on stage and bully him around. It's not your fault. It's just not something that can work. People don't take it as seriously. You can't just sit up there and play bully ball with people and expect it to work, because it won't. And it didn't work for him. And I really do think it's going to back. And I could be wrong. Maybe his poll numbers will shoot up, but I just think it's going to backfire. It didn't work the way it did for Donald Trump in 2016 when he made Jeb Bush his prison bitch. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.